welcome to this episode of the Scoopcast, your place for scoops, scoopers, fans, and franchises. Welcome to episode 3 of the Scoopcast. We've got a couple of updates for you today, including a new scoop. But before we get started, let's check in on today's sponsors. Today's episode of the Scoopcast is brought to you by Luthor Charities, making you feel good about giving to us. And by Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, because Child Protective Services can't handle this shit. And finally, by this month's contest. We're giving away a Blu-ray copy of Spider-Man Far From Home. All you have to do to get in on the contest is be a subscriber to this channel, click like, and leave a comment about the scoop. Hey guys, welcome to the Scoopcast. This is episode 3, and we've actually got another Shang-Chi scoop. But before we get started, we wanted to give you an update on Daniel RPK's scoop in episode 1. Back in episode 1, we reported on Daniel's scoop that most of the DC Universe was moving over to HBO Max. After that series of announcements yesterday with new shows coming to HBO Max, it was announced today that Doom Patrol will be heading over there also. Now, it'll still be on DC Universe, but this appears to be the first step in that scoop being confirmed. Now, on to today's scoop. Don't forget, with each scoop, we do a poll here on YouTube and over on Twitter, so look for those links below. Today's scoop is brought to you by Mikey Sutton, over on his private Geekocity Facebook page. This is a members-only page, so if you want to get on it, you have to reach out to Mikey. And this scoop is again about Shang-Chi. So let's just read the scoop. In the geek media, the speculation and scoops have been on when Daredevil will make his theatrical appearance in the MCU. Forgotten in all of this is the Rodney Dangerfield of the Marvel ex-Netflix Defenders, Iron Fist. What will happen to Danny Rand? Well, according to insiders, Iron Fist is headed to the movies via the Shang-Chi franchise. Iron Fist will be recast a la Terrence Howard, replaced as War Machine by Don Cheadle, and Ed Norton phased out for a new Hulk by Mark Ruffalo. When they present his origin again, he will have the budget and top drawer writing and directing he didn't receive on Netflix. While Marvel Netflix programs were generally well received, they really bucked up with Iron Fist, as in showrunner Scott Buck, who bucked up the first season and also The Inhumans. Marvel Studios sees a Bruce Lee vs. Chuck Norris rivalry here and a kick-ass fight between martial artists, quite possibly for Shang-Chi 2. There are no plans to reboot or recast Daredevil, Luke Cage, The Punisher, or Jessica Jones. They simply won't reference Fist's old Netflix series when he appears again, and there have been no discussions to have new actresses play Misty Knight or Colleen Wing. Why won't they continue to use Finn Jones? Does that need to be answered? Jones didn't quite win over many fans, and he wanted an actor who's more masterful with martial arts. Well, what do you guys think? I'm not too sure how I feel about this. Sutton, over on his Facebook group, has hit a couple posts here recently, so I encourage everybody to go check it out and decide for yourself. For me, personally, I don't know if Marvel does this. I do like the idea of a Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris scenario, and that does kind of feed the tournament or Kumite style fight that we heard about in the scoop the other day. My main wonder is whether they'll use another major Marvel superhero, arguably one much more popular than Shang-Chi, to overshadow him in his own movie. I'm not really sure how Marvel handles this if it turns out to be true, but it'll be more than a little interesting. I do agree Finn Jones really did not connect with audiences in the Netflix series, and I never imagined that he would continue in the MCU. The scoop does say there are no plans to recast Daredevil, Luke Cage, The Punisher, or Jessica Jones, all who connected with fans pretty well, so I'm all down for those. Once again, this is a scoop and none of it's confirmed. Once we get some confirmation, we'll update the scoop board. And that brings us to the scoop board. Let's get Mikey up there. Alright, there we go. Well, what do you guys think of the scoop? And what do you think of Iron Fist potentially being in Shang-Chi? Sound off in the comments below. That's it for this episode of the Scoopcast. Make sure you sound off in our comments below, and don't forget to vote in the poll to let everybody know what you think of the scoop. See you next time.